Good morning, good morning. I wanted to come live to y'all. I wanted to update y'all because what we gonna talk about this morning is kids and parenting. But these teachers, it's more than one teacher situation. So I wanted to talk about it because a lot of information found its way to me. So before we start, I always say, let me tag the world up. You feel me? Let me get some of this. While we waiting, let me tag everybody up. We're gonna get to this convo. Man, I niggas. Talking little grams, me and my bro, my man, he does some stove. He just turned 2 in the fold. What up? We just tagging people. If you watch me in the morning, please share the video. What up? Good morning. What up? All my niggas, I'm like a dumb. Baby girl, you think it's hell, but no, I ain't pressed for no pussy. The way in 5 minute jail, just know a nigga ain't pussy. I've been a vet in the game, they play me like I was good. Good morning to everybody tapping in. I've been on it, I've been back on it. A lot of people been in my inbox, like, bro, glad you're back at it, but nah, this shit is too much. So the 2 topics I got, the situation following up from the teacher in Rocky Mount who got in a fight, and we're gonna break it down, and I'm gonna explain why. I knew that it was gonna be action, but why I said that she should have pressed charges against the child, and we're gonna make shit shake. First, we're gonna start with this news clip, though. It's short. Let's see what they say about the update.
Chelsea Donovan reporting live. Thanks, Chelsea. Rocky Mount police say they're investigating now a fight involving a student and a substitute teacher at Rocky Mount High School. A profanity-laced video has surfaced and shared online multiple times. It shows the pair arguing over a cell phone and then everything turning physical. Take a look.
Why is the rules not apply to everybody else? That's my phone. No, you did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna get wrong. Don't touch it. That's on my phone.
Situation continues to escalate, obviously, to this moment. Both the student and the substitute teacher swinging at each other. Within seconds, the student is on the ground, restrained by the sub, disturbing all the way around. It is important to point out we do not know what happened before the recording started or how that incident ultimately ended. Police identified the substitute teacher as Xaviera Steele. Nash County Public School System is telling us that she has worked with them since 2021. The student was only identified as a juvenile. WRL's Destiny Patterson is working to get in touch with the teacher and looking into possible charges.
So y'all hear that, right? They still don't know why, as they saying, but let's go back a second.
Right now at 6, Rocky Mount police are investigating after a fight between a substitute teacher and a student. It was all caught on video. Thank you for joining us. I'm Deborah Morgan.
And I'm Gerald Owens. This fight was caught on a cell phone camera by someone in the classroom. Since then, people have shared it more than 800 times on social media. WR's Destiny Patterson explains this all started over a cell phone.
It started as an argument over a confiscated cell phone, and it quickly escalated. The scuffle ended with substitute teacher Xaviera Steele and the unnamed student on the ground. Steele's hands appear to be pressing down near the student's head, and the student screams. It's not clear why Steele took the student's phone.
The cell phones has got no place in class. And then you're going to go up there and jump on the teacher or fight a teacher. That is wrong.
WRAL obtained the district's cell phone policy, which says she was within her authority to take it if the phone was visible or the student was using it. The district's assistant superintendent says the employee has the right to, quote, reasonably restrain the student if they're attacked and can defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or attack. Betty Atcherson is also a substitute teacher.
If you have not gone into a school recently to see how the kids act, you would just be totally surprised at the disrespect some of them can render.
Nah, we wouldn't be disrespectful. I wouldn't be surprised at all, right? Cause black people ain't whooping their kids' ass. This ain't no question. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, lately, and I got love for a lot of people. I ain't been really picking up a lot of phone calls, not to be disrespectful, but I've been I know if I'm in a certain space, like some shit just gotta be said and left there, right? But you heard what she said, like for one, the school policy gives a teacher the right to defend themselves and to get away from a threat, right? Because this shit is, well, on a logical base, this shit makes no sense. So I heard that they arrested the teacher and they charged the girl. So both of them got charged. So on a deeper level, what's the bigger picture here, right? And I'm gonna go back a little bit because this what they said is deep.
Student's head and the student screams. It's not clear why Steele took the student's phone.
The cell phones is got no place in class. And then you're gonna go up there and jump on the teacher or fight a teacher? That is wrong.
WRAL obtained the district's cell phone policy, which says she was within her authority to take it if the phone was visible or the student was using it. The district's assistant superintendent says the employee has the right to, quote, reasonably restrain the student if they're attacked and can defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or attack. Betty Atcherson is also a substitute teacher.
If you have not gone into a school recently to see how the kids act, you would just be totally surprised at the disrespect some of them can render.
But she says it shouldn't get physical.
As the surprised that act. If you have not gone into a school recently to see how the kids act, you would just be totally surprised at the disrespect some of them can render.
But she says it shouldn't get physical.
As the adult, that you have to try to contain yourself.
While police are using the word assault, they have not announced any formal charges against either the substitute teacher or the student.
The district says that Steele has been working as a substitute teacher since last school year, and because the police and the school district are investigating.
I want to turn this camera around. So I want to make it clear that what they just said on a personal note, right? Happy 420 everybody. Listen. So I got a call thinking, so they saying nobody got arrested yet, or got arrested. In this situation, there's the Constitution, every job got a Constitution, right? And that's what you got to abide by, right? And she had the right to take the cell phone, and she had the right to defend herself once she was swung on. See, we forget that teenagers are young adults. You feel me? So we forget that on a bigger level. But the older lady said, I don't know if y'all been to the schools lately, but the kids is disrespectful as fuck, right? And none of that shit not surprising to me. You feel me? Like, I know what it is. I know exactly what's going on. And I think that it's sad because that's why, and I got another video for y'all too. But the point was to update this situation. As I told the family, the teacher should press charges on that little girl, on that teenage girl. And the reason being is if the family try to press charges to take her to court, if they both got charges, they'll cancel each other out. Like the judge will say, look, you could go to, you're gonna go to jail if found guilty, and your daughter is gonna go to jail. Because they both are, it's assault. That's what they can say. So then the judge will say, I'll let y'all talk it out. And then they can, you know, but the state can pick up charges, and that's the issue here. It's still a domestic violence phone case. So the state could pick up charges. The issue is, it's going to be hard to win a case when a 15, 16-year-old girl is blatantly disrespectful in a classroom when she's in a public setting, and then she takes a cell phone, right? Turn my light on, y'all. Hold on. So it's a little, she took the cell phone, and as they kept showing this video, I know that everybody can see what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, I hit all of the comments, but we going to get to the conversation and me talking later. We're going to get back to the video. I'm going to watch both of these videos, and then I'm going to tap back in.
Rocky Mount police are investigating after a fight between a substitute teacher and a student. It was all caught on video. Thank you for joining us. I'm Deborah Morgan.
And I'm Gerald Owens. This fight was caught on a cell phone camera by someone in the classroom. Since then, people have shared it more than 800 times on social media. WRO's Destiny Patterson explains this all started over a cell phone.
It started as an argument over a confiscated cell phone, and it quickly escalated. The scuffle ended with substitute teacher Xavier Steele.
I want to go back real quick, y'all. I want to show y'all something.
And it quickly argument over a conflict.
I want y'all to notice something, because nobody seems to pay attention. At that point, y'all see to her back? This is the wall right here. The point that I was making the other day
started as an argument.
There's nowhere for her to go. That's the wall. That's the lamp. That's the wall. That's the phone. But there's nowhere for her to go. So her method of walking off, she walked off. But this little girl is so disrespectful, just like a lot of little kids I see today. Right? So at this point, so not only did I take your phone, which I got the right to as a teacher, not only should they change the rules, because this is an easy fix. The public schools, thanks to this little girl, kids not even gonna be allowed to have cell phones. But see, they don't want to do that because they give more. They give more about making money off our stupid ass than actually doing something with us, right? I've been arguing this point for 5 years about children and cell phones, and some people are he da da da. But look, keep on. The stupidest shit in the world, a cell phone, something that this little girl can't even pay for herself, and it's not something that she should have. And if somebody take it from her, just like her mama and daddy. So at home, if her parents take it from her, will she catch an attitude like that? That's what I be thinking. See, when I see little kids doing shit like that, I already know how they be at home. Or they parents ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. Or they parents so caught up on their lifestyle. But that teacher, at this point, the teacher back against the wall.
And over a confiscated cell phone. And it quickly escalated. The scuffle ended with substitute teacher Xavier Steele and the unnamed student on the ground. Steele's hands appear to be pressing down near the student's head, and the student screams.
Now, at the point, now this is the part that gets me. You're going to walk up on an adult. You're going to violate an adult personal space. You're going to get so close that it make a teacher uncomfortable and make her push you off of her. You're going to turn around, look in her face, and slap her like you her equal. You're going to, once she grabs you and swing back on your ass, then what happens? Then she push you to the floor because now you fighting a woman that got way more weight. We not about to tussle, nigga. You going to hold this weight. Then she got on the floor. When they get on the floor, now you're going to pull my hair. And I said the other day, all women of color have a trigger, a mental trigger. You know how in counseling they say it's a trigger? It is a trigger. You grab a woman's hair, they was little girls and young girls and teenagers first. And every fight they got into, somebody grabbed their hair. So that was a natural response. Because think about it. If the girl grabbed it, let's say the teacher just backed off of it, and when she swung, she pushed, and the girl grabbed the hair, and she yanked the teacher hair, because you know that's sensitive, and dragged the teacher across the classroom on her knees in front of the class, then what would this conversation be about? Would you rather be the teacher that didn't hit the girl, like respectfully? Would you rather be the teacher that they hit you, and then you trying to be mindful, and then that female or that boy take you and drag you across the classroom, and you be all on the news being an adult getting drugged by a little kid? Or would you rather be the teacher with a kid swung on you and you let her and you taught that little kid to never put their hands on another motherfucking adult? That girl, she didn't really beat that little girl up bad. That little girl, ain't no blood on that floor. She didn't treat that girl like a grown woman, right? But when she has the right, we heard, and if y'all just tapping in, they said that the school board, that teachers have the right to take phones and have the right to restrain a student that swings on them and do enough and defend themselves to get away from them. So she defended herself, and then she pinned this girl to the ground, head down. Listen, what more could you ask of her? Because I know some people that would have beat that girl unconscious or beat a little boy unconscious because that's an unlogical adult. We might not agree with everything, but she putting her head to the floor, and now the little girl is like, oh my God, get off me. Stop it, stop it. You should have stayed in your fucking place. Now that you in this vulnerable position and you can't do nothing, and now you embarrassed, and now you in danger, now you a kid again. But you should have been thinking about that shit before you went up there and acted like an adult. You was an adult when you got up, right? Because I always be clear. We get charged as 16-year-olds all the time as adult. That girl 15, 16, she adult because that's what they do to us in court. She not adult mentally, but once she got up and started acting like she was adult, then that's when she chose to be a motherfucking adult. Simple and plain. So the whole time you gangster, but as soon as your ass get pinned and put in this position, this is what we hear from you.
It's not clear why Steele took the student's phone.
It's not clear why. You heard it. If they play the whole video, she said she took it. The little girl said, well, you're not taking everybody's class, but you the person that she seen. And ain't no telling about the history. But it's another person, it's another little kid recording this shit. Yeah, they head to the floor as a motherfucker. Because when she was letting her know, like, little girl, you ain't a woman yet. You don't have a body weight, and I'm not about to keep tussling with your ass. I'm at work. Go get some teachers. She yelled that shit 4 times. This whole thing been going on for a couple minutes now, and not one kid went and got a teacher, bro. Because the kids and social media and the parents ain't doing their job, and all of the kids running around watching the wrong shit on YouTube. Real shit. People talking to me, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't be mad at the teacher. I'm being real, a lot of people there. I wouldn't. I'd be mad at my daughter. She would have got dealt with when she got home. And if I'm a single dad, she would have to deal with one of my sisters. See, that's a real parent. As a real parent, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't even care about the embarrassment. That's her embarrassment. But what she got coming when she get home by her mama, and if I'm a single dad, what she got coming from her aunts or her grandmama, she'll never do it again. And she should have never did it. Right? But another thing is that she would never have a cell phone again until she paid for that motherfucker. But I want y'all to remember, listen to what they said that a teacher has the right to. Because all of the comments we seen and all that shit, I want y'all to listen. But when she pinned that little girl head to the fucking floor, she did what she was supposed to do. She restrained her.
Cell phones is got no place in class. And then you're going to go up there and jump on the teacher or fight a teacher. That is wrong.
That's point blank, period. You're going to get your cell phone took, and you could have sat down with your attitude and talked to her later. But you're going to go up there and then you're going to cause a fight?
L'Oreal obtained the district's cell phone policy, which said...
Let me pause this. It says school employees may immediately confiscate wireless communication devices that are used, displayed or visible, right? School employees may, it says, or use displayed or visible in violation of this policy. Absent compelling and unusual circumstances, confiscated wireless communication devices will be returned only to students' parents. It's a simple fix. Don't allow cell phones in school no more. You feel me? Ban kids from getting cell phones. You feel me? Simple. It's a simple fix. You shouldn't have them shits anyway.
As she was within her authority to take it if the phone was visible or the student was using it. The district's assistant superintendent says the employee has the right to, quote, reasonably restrain the student if they're attacked and can defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or attack.
And that's why she's not going to lose the case, and she's not going. And if she goes to jail, they're going to charge her. But this case is cool. That little girl going to jail.
Restrain the student if they're attacked and can defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or...
What do I hear social media saying now?
Has the right to, quote, reasonably restrain the student if they're attacked and can defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or attack.
And her back was against that wall, and the girl swung on her first. I don't know what the fuck wrong with people. We got the right to defend our... Rather if it's 16-year-olds, when kids... Let me ask y'all a question, because nobody talk about this. When kids, the kids of the youth now, when they watch TV, who they see as the killers? Who they see as the killers? Kids. They're kids their age. So that's why in their mindset, they the biggest, baddest shit on earth, because the music they drilling and killing, the music got them thinking they the biggest, baddest shit on earth. Right?
Atterson is also a substitute teacher.
If you have not gone into a school recently to see how the kids act, you would just be totally surprised at the disrespect some of them can render.
But she says it shouldn't get physical.
As the adult, that you have to try to contain yourself.
While police are using the word assault, they have not announced any formal charges against either the substitute teacher or the student.
The district says that Steele has been working as a substitute teacher since last school year, and because the police and the school district are investigating the incident, at this time it's not clear what the punishments would be, if any at all. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News, Rocky Mount.
We first broke this story on WRAL.com and through our news app. Right
now, let's stop. Let's go to the second situation. Now I want y'all to peep this shit.
Why you was cracking, my nigga? Come on, bro. Yeah, walk the fuck back, nigga. You gonna get fucked up, nigga. You gonna get bit, bitch. Bro, I'm on, bro.
You know what be killing me about these videos? It be the little scrawniest motherfuckers in the world, bro. This was in Cali. It be the scrawniest little niggas in the world. And you gotta understand, this is a California teacher, so think about what he got on his mental. These little motherfuckers got life fucked up. That's why I say that we don't want nothing to do with this shit when they come down to trying to help women raise these boys and shit. Because if you ain't gonna let us beat his ass, this is what they gonna do. You feel me? And this shit is crazy. Now, old head hit this nigga with a 13-piece combo on God with a Ryu punch.
You say that shit, bro? I'm wrong, bro. Everybody say that shit, my nigga. Bro, that nice shit, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. You the one lying, bro. I'm wrong, bro. Stop fronting, my nigga. You know you said that shit, bro. I'm wrong. Bro, say it too, bro. You right here, bro. Everybody watching, my nigga. What's up? You ain't telling me shit. Bro, I'm wrong, my nigga.
Hey, bro, from that point on, when I was watching this, right? Listen, look, when he made this face, I knew bro was gonna hit him, bro. Hold up. Hold up. I knew he was gonna hit him. Look. Right there. That's the face like, all right, this little nigga keep fucking with me, I'm gonna knock his ass out. Now, this is a man that's like 60 years old. Feel me? This is somebody's grandfather, old enough to be his daddy's daddy. He keep asking him why he's shaking and shit, and he keep calling him a nigga. And I want to remind Hispanics that watch my video, like, yo, even though we technically brothers, sometimes we don't act like brothers does. You know what I'm saying? And when confrontation smash, you start calling me a nigga, I'm gonna start looking at you like you a European. You feel me? So I want to make that clear in this video and not hold no punches. I got mad love for the Hispanics. You know, people that know me know I got love for the Hispanics. But what I'm not gonna do is we not gonna do the nigga word, especially coming from a teenager or adult. You feel me? Because you wouldn't like us as if it was a teacher and it was a young black kid and a young black kid used derogatory statements towards Hispanics and called them derogatory terms, and we all know those terms, then it would be an outrage, outpour about these terms. And I'm gonna be real, Hispanics don't consider themselves black people. So even though we related, they don't consider themselves blacks. So when I hear a Hispanic kid, even though he might grow up in the community, and yes, I know, I get it, the Hispanics and everybody use the word nigga that grow up in our shit, but at the same time, when you using it, when you having a conversation amongst, right? Or when you using it against us, it's a different thing. So that's the first thing that was violating because he kept calling him a nigga.
So you say that shit, what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit, or what?
You are not. Oh! Now watch, we about to count this 13-piece combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now look. Look. Yo, he just knocked this little nigga the fuck out. It's not that this shit funny, but listen to what we going through, bro. is a perfect example of the difference between a woman and a man. She was very nice. He's 60. He like, motherfucker, I done retired already. I was probably in the military. I died for this country. I was in segregation. And this little motherfucker think he gonna disrespect me? All right. 13-piece combo. Let's go back.
So you say that shit or what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what? I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, I just realized the old head told him, like, yo, you better leave. Now, mind y'all, I want to remind y'all, he in California, right? So it's not the same. Like, depending on where you live at, little nigga tell you he's 16 and you know he a gang member or something, and he tell you, like, nigga, what's up, you pussy? Shit change. My nigga, we going home. These little kids, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. None of y'all kids more important than our lives or our dignity and our pride. Y'all don't want us as adults walking around punching y'all kids in the fucking face, or when we somewhere, your kids around a bunch of adults and we beat their ass, so y'all should keep the same respect. Y'all not gonna make me believe, and none of y'all niggas gonna, nobody, female or male, gonna make me believe that these little niggas got the right to be disrespectful like that. Like the old lady just said in the school system that if you've been to the public school system in the last 2-3 years, these little kids disrespectful as fuck. All of them. So that means that niggas ain't doing their job. So we can all get mad, and I'm cool with that shit. We can all get mad about it, but at the end of the day, this is what's gonna happen to your motherfucking kid. Let's go back. I come to classroom, I'm in class. You think your child's gonna do this? Look how far he pushed this shit. Let's go back. So first he hit him with the basketball. That's one, right? So when we talk about adults having restraint, I let that slide. Nigga, I'm 60 years old. I'm older than your daddy, nigga. You little disrespectful ass little kid. You little fuck, nigga. I was out here marching in the street with Martin Luther King, nigga, and you putting your hands on me. Think about this shit. You couldn't even be in the school right now if it wasn't for what I did and my mama or my sister did marching in the street when we was getting hung on trees, and your little young ass and your disrespectful ass parents raised your little fuck ass. We ain't holding no punches with these little niggas this morning. He hit him with the basketball, so all the people that say he shouldn't have put his hands on him, that was this first, that's one restraint. Two, you asked me, why my voice cracking? I ain't gonna say he assaulted him with my nigga, but why your voice cracking? So now you 16, and now you challenging my manhood in front of class, and I ain't tripping on you, but you, when this started, I would be a lot more calm and could care less about what you said if you didn't hit me with that fucking basketball. So you already assaulted me, and now you invite me to a fight. Little nigga, I got kids your age. I got kids your father age. Right? That niggas we got the game fucked up.
Come on, bro. Yeah, walk the fuck back, nigga.
3, walk the fuck back, nigga. All right? This is what y'all raising y'all kids to be.
You got me fucked up, nigga.
4, got me fucked up, nigga.
Bitch.
5, call me a bitch.
Bro, I'm on, bro. You really say that shit, bro? I'm on, bro. Everybody say that shit, my nigga. Bro, they're doing shit, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. You the one lying, bro. I'm on, bro. Stop.
When he put his hands down, I'm a man, yo. When I be arguing with niggas, all my homeboys know. If my hands go completely out to my side or some shit, and certain gestures I do, if you know me, you know I'm gonna hit you. You know I'm gonna hit the nigga. And that's what I seen when I first seen this video.
My nigga. You know you said that shit, bro.
Alright, he took them glasses off.
Bro, say it too, bro. You right here, bro. Everybody watching, my nigga. What's up? You ain't talking shit. Bro, I'm on, nigga. You a whole ass bitch, my nigga.
Now, mind you, this is a music teacher. They have music class. Right? So this is an elective. They in music class, and he's sitting there running his mouth. Now, he hit him with the basketball or whatever he had in his hand from the start.
He been running his mouth ever since. The teacher done sat there, grabbed his phone, tried to get help, sat there, stood there, but he losing it. For the record, for everybody that watches the show, everybody who, just every human being that I know, I want y'all to understand something about men, but I'm gonna tell you something about all black men especially, yo. Rather if y'all realize, regardless of what you think of us, nigga, we got a line. We got a line with kids, we got a line with other people, other men, and with women. Yo, we gotta stop thinking that men or adults, because in this situation it's a man, but we gotta stop thinking that, let me say it this way, I told him, yo, the only fucking person that give a fuck about your kids is you. Respectfully. Once they leave up out your door, they're not our kids. And I'm not trying to be cold. Anybody outside of your immediate family will hurt your child. Especially if your child gonna run up, guns. Let me give you an example. I came outside the crib probably like last summer, right? And when I was leaving up out, if you know, one of my cars is a Lincoln. It's like 8 little niggas sitting around my car. Now, I was young, I've been there. So I come and I said, damn, y'all little niggas comfortable. Can y'all get out my car and shit? So it's 3 sitting on the front, 3 sitting on the back. One of the little niggas was like, fuck he talking about? I'm getting in the car, in the other car. So when I hear him, you know what I'm saying? I rolled on, I said, excuse me? I said, bro, get off my car. So they get off of it, they running their mouth a little bit, and when I go to back out, them niggas go right back to sit on the car. I stop the car and hop the fuck out the car. Like, what's up, yo? I'm not, where your parents at? Cause dead ass, you're not gonna sit there and violate my shit. I'm talking to you, like, I'm just joking with them. The little niggas got smart. Then I told them to get off my car, them little niggas gonna move and then go sit back down while I'm still there. That's when I got the fuck about the car and they seen I was 6'4", and I looked at them like, what's up, yo? I know I could be on that type of time too with these little niggas. That's what they mean by stay dangerous. These little niggas think somebody's scared of them, little nigga. We not scared of y'all little niggas. We was trained to go too. We was TTG before y'all little niggas was TTG. Everybody that's walking around here living like a sheep or like this man, you don't know what he been through. You feel me? But peep it.
So you say that shit, what's up, bro?
He said, you better leave. You better leave.
You say that shit, bro? You say that shit, bro? I'm telling you, right?
13-piece combo. You damn right. He's 60 years old. That little motherfucker never say nothing to an elderly person again. Fuck is y'all, man? I don't care what y'all say. Grown ass man. Ain't no little nigga taunting me that long. We in class, little nigga. Clearly your parents don't know how to check your mouth and you probably in the streets. But that's what I mean by limit. The difference between a man and a woman, she might be a little more open to that little girl. That little girl lucky that that ain't happened, you feel me? You feel me? Old head nigga, like, I ain't taking it like, listen, bro. Nah, let's go back, because I want y'all to see. I'm going to keep it funky as a black man. I know, just from man to man, soul to soul. I knew once he hit him with that basketball, old head was like, this little nigga don't get the fuck away. I'm going to break something on this little nigga. Little niggas carrying guns to school and shit.
Why your voice cracking, my nigga? Come on, bro. Yeah, walk the fuck back, nigga. You gonna be fucked up, nigga. You gonna be bent, bitch. What? Bro, I'm on, bro. You really say that shit, bro? I'm on, bro. Everybody say that shit, my nigga. Bro, they lying shit, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. You the one lying, bro. I'm on, bro. Stop fronting, my nigga. You know you said that shit, bro. I'm on.
So I'm gonna keep it funky. I don't know about y'all. A lot of niggas say they from the hood. I'm from the hood for real. I'll be telling you, I'm from the hood for real. Where the whole city is the hood. Not a section, the whole city. So I know what it's like. I come from an environment when we in 6th, 7th grade, teacher talking, nigga be like, yo, shut the fuck up and suck my dick. That's where I come from. That shit happen here and there in a lot of areas. But I'm talking about when you from a real poverty area, Every year we see kids do this, and like even the class clowns interrupt class every day. You know, coaches, motherfuckers don't care. When they go home, niggas 12, but when they go home, his mama and them getting high, ain't getting no whooping. They don't give a fuck. They worried about what they doing on the block, stripping, selling ass, whatever. But they not getting in trouble. And when they get to school in a structured environment, they can't function in a structured environment. And then there's some kids whose parents is doing the right thing. And a little motherfucker go to school and decide because he want to be like the guys outside or be like motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, sit on TV. And that's what he choose. But y'all keep thinking, but y'all, what y'all gonna say in this situation? Oh, he a kid.
Bro, say the truth, bro. We right here, bro. Everybody talk to my nigga, what's up, bro? You ain't talking shit. He said cut straight up. Why you shaking, bro? So you say that shit, what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit, bro? I'm telling you, bro.
And the funny part, this the shit about this shit. These kids, some of these kids that be doing this shit, they be spoiled little kids and shit. Niggas can't fight. I keep saying this shit. All that shit you talk, but you backing the fuck up. Y'all niggas was in the middle of the classroom. The young nigga is moving like a horse in a chess game. Old head took him from the middle of the room and made him move in a right angle to the back of the room. And then hit him with a 13 piece and then took him back across the room. But the part of the video that had me fucked up, listen, and this shit funny. You gotta laugh about some of this shit. When he hit him with a 13 piece, I'm like, oh, old head not fucking with him. But after the 13 piece, he hit the nigga with this Street Fighter knockout punch. Little nigga snuffed him. Little nigga snuffed him right there, right? And the problem in that is that really got, you know, we men. When he snuffed him, he like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass now. Hey, old head still got the cell phone in his hand. He probably broke his cell phone on the little nigga. Now, another kid jumped in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? Look, right here. This is the craziest shit in the world. This is how you know he was mad, bro. Hey, you get... See the little kid punching right there? Right here. See, kids playing, man. He say not that nigga dick in the dirt. No, for real though. Like, let's keep going. Let's see what else we gonna find. I'm gonna show y'all these little niggas crazy. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can, if I'm crazy, I'm cool with it. I'm comfortable with myself. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no little kids putting their hands on me, bruh. Let's see what we got.
The fight between a Lincoln High School student and teacher stemmed from an argument in the classroom, according to police. When the first period ended, eyewitnesses say fists were raised. We're told the unidentified 16-year-old threw the first punch. The video appears to show both participating in the fight. Austin Augustine, a senior, says he was there.
I don't think he was trying to swing. I saw him throw one punch. But the kid was throwing a lot of punches.
A crowd of about 24 people looks to have watched. The video was posted to social media late Monday afternoon.
Between a student and teacher at LB Landry in Algiers is raising concerns.
Several fights at the school caught on video. The substitute teacher who captured this incident tells WDSU something more needs to be done to protect teachers and staff members. WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor live with the story only on 6. Shay.
Then
is right, Gina and Travis. Now, NOPD tells me no charges were filed, and also that student was not arrested. It's also hard to know at this time exactly what led to the altercation, but I do want to warn you that parts of this video may be disturbing to watch.
He was an older teacher, and I was scared because I wasn't sure how far the student was going to take it.
Courtney, who didn't want...
Do you hear this shit? You know what I'm mad about with women? Y'all scared of these little motherfuckers. Y'all scared of these little motherfuckers. Y'all talk all that shit to men. Y'all run your mouth, all of this, but y'all scared of these little kids. The fuck is we talking about scared for? It's not enough men in the school system. When there's not enough men, this is the issue. And then the men that are in there, a lot of times they're older men, they're a certain type of man. So when I hear women say, oh, I was scared because I didn't know how far the student was going to go.
I want to use her last name. Says she was subbing at LB Landry High School on Friday when she witnessed the most disturbing encounter of all of her years as an educator.
He never hit the student. He just kept trying to restrain him because he kept hitting him. And there was nobody really to help.
This video shows a teacher.
That's my point. This is the fourth fight I showed this morning when nobody helped. So as a teacher, that's why earlier when we watched the first video, it says the school board reviewed the teacher policy. That's for the record who don't know law, the constitution of any job is the policy, right? If you know what I'm saying, like that's when, if you work a job, you need to know that your constitution is in the writing in the job policy. So the school policy says she had the right to take the cell phone, and if you are attacked as a teacher, you have all rights to defend yourself and get the person off of you and away from you. You know what I'm saying? And it says the threat.
Teacher trying to restrain a student on the floor. At one point, the two get up. The student begins punching him again and again.
They tussled for at least 5 minutes. And I just sat there and captured as much as I could. And then the next thing I know, the teacher seemed like he was kind of disoriented. He fell to the floor and he was bleeding out of his head.
Courtney says she started recording because it was taking too long for someone to intervene.
I said, okay, this is not stopping.
So what helped? So right, but there's women watching though. And you're afraid of this little teenage boy. This is the reason, this is the issue. This is why black men ain't at home, y'all. Because we ain't about to sit here and watch these little niggas do this. We gonna hurt these little niggas. If I think one of my sons gonna grow up to be a serial killer, I'll probably be in jail because I'm gonna kill his ass. He won't grow up, respectfully. He won't grow up. And I know, and I've been watching him kill animals and birds and shit, and watching him do shit that I know that's going, he gonna kill some little girl or some shit. Or as soon as I see it, yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I come from the old school. You know what I'm saying? I got an old soul. I don't believe in none of this shit. I told my mans the world ended in 2012. And the women in this school keep talking about something. I was scared because you a mother. You should have grabbed his ass and yo, you know what I'm saying? Don't leave me there to fight this little nigga, because then if it go too far and he hit me the wrong way, or if he get me in a vulnerable position and I hit my head, and then I gotta get up and I gotta really hurt this little nigga, now I'm wrong.
Nobody's coming. Prior to all that happening, the teacher did ask for the police or somebody to come.
Eventually, someone took the student away, and NOPD was called. Courtney says she's still in shock that something more wasn't done to protect the teacher.
He told another teacher who walked up with him to go get, I believe it was a resource officer, maybe another dean. Neither one of those people showed up. In fact, the police officer never came up. When I went downstairs, she was on her phone, and I asked her.
You know why? Because even black people afraid of little black kids. Even black people afraid of little black kids. And I know a lot of people, I've been causing a lot of controversy because I said if a 16 or 17, that's what I said, 16 or 17-year-old kid walk up on me and swing on me, I'm gonna fuck him up. I don't know if that nigga got a pistol or assault charge sound better than a casket. Respect at the end of the day go a long way. But if mama can't get no respect and if ain't no daddy in that house, that little nigga think this is the problem with telling him he a man of the house. You feel me?
I said, you know, you are a police officer. She said, correct. I said, why didn't you come up? She said she sent somebody else up there. And I said, well, they're not a police officer. You are.
You know why? I'm going to tell you why, yo. She said that they told the school cop and the school cop sent somebody else upstairs. Why? Because the school cop because the police don't want to come upstairs, grab this kid, and this kid swing on them, and then, you know, the police like, I ain't fighting. I'm going to shoot his little ass. So they like, she like, nah. In reality, in some sense, she was kind of smart. I can't knock her, but it still hurts the teacher. The school cop was like, nah, I'm not going to be on TV today. Hey, sent the man, because she was a woman. Hey, can you go restrain him? And got the white boy, the big fat white, go get him. She really protected herself. But but the police have to be able to do a better job, because if the police would have came, you would have known what's going down. Right?
No, I have not heard back on the condition of the teacher at this time. However, Algiers charter schools, they did release this statement here on your screen saying in part last week was an isolated incident that took place. They say
there are some of you who will stay up worried tonight, not because of the weather, but because of what will happen tomorrow.
Inside the classroom, we're about to show you the numbers that you really don't want to see.
You know, when it comes to our schools, we are quick to tell you how students are victims of bullying, fights, even guns.
But in the past 5 years, an average of 4 school personnel in Baltimore City schools is the target of an assault. That's 4 a day.
ABC 2 News investigator Brian Kubler peels back that number and shows us a problem. Many school security experts say it's a very real issue. We're not talking about it until tonight.
We first showed you this video back in November. Students at Digital Harbor High School in Federal Hill taunting, bullying, assaulting a substitute teacher at the front of the classroom. Taken with a student's cell phone, this video pulls back the curtain on an issue many simply don't want or won't talk about.
Tremendous amount of stress and anxiety, you know, trying to come up. It's like literally, I have to force myself out the door.
Baltimore City school teacher Jeffrey Slattery wants to talk about it because he's...
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to something. If you're a woke mind, they ain't gonna never show you nothing for no reason. Let's go back. Let's look at the books and look. They only flashed this for about 0.5 seconds, but they stuck this shit in your psyche. Creating America. Creating America. Beginnings through Reconstruction. Creating America beginnings through World War I. This is a subliminal. Creating America is creating off the slaves. Beginning of the Reconstruction, it still deals with the building of America with the slaves and the blacks. The last book, that's why they got to slant it off. But when you pay attention to why are they showing this?
Wants to talk about it because he still literally feels it. It was December 2010 at Baltimore Community High School on the east side when he stopped a student without a hall pass. The student got physical and Slattery let him go.
He walked down the hallway, I turned around, go back to my classroom, he came up from behind me. And, you know, once I was on the ground and, you know, he's basically standing on top of me and he struck me multiple times. When my jaw broke, I went unconscious and I really don't remember anything after that.
He would later learn it took 4 teachers to pull that student off him. Slattery broke his jaw, wired shut for weeks. He pressed charges and the student was convicted. Slattery's assault by a student was just one of 700 that school year in Baltimore City Public Schools, where its own data shows an average of 4 school personnel were assaulted each day in 2010. That average holds true through the past 5 school years, with a total of nearly 4,000 assaults by students on personnel, with noticeable increases in the...
Hey, yo, let me say this shit, because I was thinking about this shit last night. I ain't gonna pull no punches. Hey, yo, the next generation, they're gonna destroy everything that was ever established. The little bit of shit we got. They don't know how to think logically. They don't have structure. They don't have discipline. They don't read. They don't understand anything but being physical, because that's what's been shown to them. Popularity, not just the cars like in the money, they show them the violence. So with this type of behavior, I don't even want to know by 2035, we might be in chains again. He said, this is what they want you to speak on and pick a side. Rockefeller said it This is a civil war happening in front of your face. Yeah, but you gotta also, that's true. But the word school is a Jewish word that means hell. It really is shul. So they send our kids to hell every day.
The last 2 years, broken down by grade level, it's evident 7th, 8th, and 9th graders commit the assaults more often.
Do those numbers shock you?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm very surprised that they're that low.
Marietta English is the president of the Teachers Union in Baltimore City. It was after this attack on city art teacher Jolita Berry in 2008 when assaults by students raced to the top of mind for most educators. The story went national, fueled by this video posted to MySpace back then. It was the impetus for the union to start keeping its own records by imploring teachers to fill out this form reporting abuse, documentation to lobby for more support to stem this violent tide.
They should not come to work fearing that they're going to be attacked. They should not come to work feeling that they're going to be verbally abused. This is not what we should be coming to work and have to face on a daily basis.
The reality of it is they do, though.
That's the reality of it. Unfortunately, yes.
Now, it's very important to note that City Schools defines an assault as the act of simply touching any school personnel. But as we've shown you, some of the instances can be quite severe. Either way, the administration says any case of this is totally unacceptable and launched a program just last year to turn these stats upside down.
We're faced with children right now who have problems that are none that you could really even imagine. And to treat them just like we treated children in the 1950s is not the appropriate response.
So Karen Weber-Indoor came up with a different approach. Borrowing from her experience turning around schools in the city system as a principal, she is now the executive director of student support and safety. In this position for only a year, she decided to focus on what she calls school.
Most of none of them because the education better. But I know a few cases where a kid wanted to go, I forgot who it was, like a kid that was like a celebrity child, like they wanted the public school experience, you feel me? And they let them go. But on average, line, you know what I mean?
Climate, change the perception, feel, and environment of a school, change behavior. A core element of this approach is no longer just teaching the material, but training teachers to relate with the students.
As we saw the suspension numbers begin to creep up, we realized that we had to do some different messaging to the adults in the building because we're the ones who are in control of what happens in the environment. And as soon as we give that control over to children, well, you've got a problem.
It's a problem experts we spoke to say is nationwide and by no means unique to Baltimore City.
Show me the children of the youth of any nation and listen to his music. That's the future of that nation. Show me the children of any nation is youth. Play me their music and I show you and I can tell you the future of that nation.
But Weber-Indoor's approach is already having worked with 32 schools last summer and is set to work with 32 more this year. Her confidence buoyed by already beginning to see what she called a drastic decrease in suspensions in that pilot group of schools.
So the messages can be articulated to the adults, and adults can be coached in how to have relationships with children. And that's what we're doing as a district.
The results of which are beginning to garner attention from other school districts around the country.
You know what's crazy? They doing everything but holding parents accountable. The government, they don't care. They could give two shits. If they wanted this problem to stop, they could have stopped this issue. They don't really care. The lack of children being able to listening to their parents benefits the justice system, the juvenile system, you know what I'm saying, the criminal justice system in the whole. They don't want your kids listening to you. They want them out there listening to rap music, catching licks and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised though because I know the real because I come from a real place and you know what I'm saying, I really was outside. I know how many parents ain't really parents, and I know how many parents is trying to be friends. I know how many parents is, you know, get a certain age and they you know what I mean, they afraid of their kids. I don't see a lot of old school parents no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like the generation right now, you know what I'm saying, 45 and under just decided, like, I'm going to do away with my mother and dad's rules that they got from their mother and fathers, mother and fathers, mothers and fathers, mothers and fathers. And I'm going to create my own rules. Feel me? It's like, it's crazy. I always say we became Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? So now we going through our animal phase. And it's just crazy. This morning I was bringing them all up just to truly show that there's really a problem going on. But I'm not surprised of it, you know what I'm saying? So I think that on a deeper level of this conversation, one of the things that make it very specific is that it's a problem that has to eventually go to the courts. If the situation in Rocky Mount don't, and I've been speaking on it, you know, like I told the family or the teacher, I said, look, I agree. I felt that she has to press charges on this teenage girl. And also, if the family chooses to, that's fine as well. But leaving it in the hands of the students, like when the school systems, like the police ain't did nothing and the school ain't did nothing. This is like making an issue outside. This is a real issue. You think that lady family don't feel some way? You think she ain't got kids, a daughter, a cousin, a niece or something? You think she ain't got brothers, uncles and shit? And then you got this girl and you think she got a mother and father, right? But the problem in this situation, this is a disaster waiting to happen because somebody got to tell this little girl you wrong, right? So you got to know if the parents of the young girl ain't telling her that she wrong and trying to find a mediator between the two and sitting down and really finding peace, and then it has to be some action taken. We got to hold these kids accountable. My issue is that the kids are not accountable. So how the fuck are these young black kids going to grow up and hold jobs? You know why? And it started before the pandemic with parenting, but when the pandemic happened, most of the kids failed their classes and they passed them anyway. I just want to remember when most of these kids can't keep no jobs. You know what I'm saying? We watched in our lifetime, just in the last 10 years, look how different the hood is now. It's always been some shit, but look how different it is. Look how easy it was to use music to get all the kids to slide. This is exactly what it is. Think about it. It's a situation. What the fuck is the point of having a police department and a court system? If that girl swung on that lady, there should be charges on her. And people saying that teachers should be charged with. They said this morning, when you play back my joint, the school system in Rocky Mount, the teacher's policy about cell phones, she had the right to take it. And not only that, but if a child hits his teacher, the teacher has the right to defend themselves and clear themselves of the threat to get away. And she kept asking, somebody go get somebody. Every video we watch, the teacher got to fight for 10, 15 minutes and no child does nothing but record to go get nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm out.